In today's video, I'm taking charge of Chelsea for 10 seasons, because since Todd Boehly became their new owner, things haven't really gone their way. And this is despite spending over $1 billion on players and going through multiple managers. Now granted, under Maresca this year, they've stepped their game up massively, but that's not enough for me. So over the next decade, I'm going to bring success back to Chelsea and make them the strongest team in Europe. But the wheel is making its return to make my life either way easier at Chelsea or basically impossible. So here we go guys, season 1 of 10 with Chelsea, and this is indeed the team that we've loaded into. And for the most part guys, it's absolutely fantastic. I mean, there's Marc Cucurella, there's Moise Caicedo, there's Cole Palmer. Not to mention the insane youngsters we've got like Romeo Lavia, Renato Vega, Malo Gusto. And on top of that, it's an insanely young side as well. All of our best players are under 25 years old. Guys, Chelsea are cracked. Now, we do have Jadon Sancho currently on loan to us, but I'm pretty sure in real life he's going to be joining us permanently, so I'm going to make sure I do that anyway. And we're going to have 144 million to help us do that. Everything I've seen so far about this Chelsea side is looking up, and that bodes well for them with the leaderboard making its return, but this time it's going to work a little bit differently, so let me explain. If I win a Super Cup, and this will include trophies like the FA Community Shield, the Super Copper for example, I will win 1 point. If I win the League Cup, the Conference League, or Europa, I'll win 3 points. If I win the league title, I'll win 5 points. And if I win the Champions League, I will earn 8 points. So it's really in our interest to try and win as many trophies as possible, because every single one of them will count. So with that being said, we need the tactics to make sure that happens. So I'm going to keep the formation as it is with a balanced build-up style and a pretty high line. I mean, our defense is rapid, so it'll just work. As for when we're on the ball, we are going to be playing insanely attacking football. If this doesn't work after a season or two, I'm definitely going to change it up, but I feel like if we want to win trophies, we've got to go on the attack. And right now, I believe this is our strongest starting 11 by a mile. But truth be told, there are 2 things I really want to do in this window. The first thing is to replace Robert Sanchez with an actual competent keeper, because in real life, he's cost us so many goals. And I want a better striker than Nicholas Jackson. I mean, he's decent, don't get me wrong, but I just feel like he's not at the standard we need him to be. And once we sort those 2 positions out, I don't see any reason why we can't win trophies for fun, especially with all this money to play with too. But we're getting ahead of ourselves, aren't we guys? We've got to spin that wheel, and we all know how easily that thing can turn our season upside down. So with that being said, let's spin the wheel for season number 1 and see what's in store for us. Oh dear, sim every game with Arsenal this year. Every time you lose, give them your highest rated player, but you get a player of your choice from them if you win. Okay, I can get behind that. I mean, as you can see, they've got some ballers in their team. I mean, could you imagine Saka in a Chelsea shirt? Oh my lord, I'd be causing riots. But if this Chelsea team are to get the better of Arsenal, we definitely need a stronger striker up top and a better keeper and goal. Now, in my opinion, I've found the perfect striker, and this might be predictable, but predictability is sometimes the right choice. Alexander Isak from Newcastle United. He's 6'4", only 24, and already that good. And if this happened in real life, I wouldn't say no to it. So I've just made it happen here, as we've spent a whopping 80 mil to secure him on a 5-year contract. But we also still need a keeper, don't we? Which is why I'm going for Alex Ramiro from Real Sociedad. He's a fantastic keeper with about 5 good years left in his career, and he's very affordable. So I've also signed him on a 5-year deal too. But guys, I've kind of screwed up. We've only got 16 mil left. And I completely forgot to sign Sancho on a permanent deal. Suppose we're just going to have to do it next year. But whilst our transfer window is done when it comes to buying players, I'm going to be loaning out every single one of these guys. I mean, we've got so many young players who are just going to be rotting on the bench. I prefer them to go out on loan where there's a chance that they'll get game time and improve. As for the team itself though, I feel like this year is going to be fantastic, especially with Isak and Ramiro in the team. But remember guys, it only stays this good if we can pick up results against Arsenal, because if we don't, we lose Cole Palmer to them and Moise Caicedo, and that's only if we play them twice. But we've arrived at the moment of truth guys. It's our first game against Arsenal. We are at home at Stamford Bridge. Let's see what we can do. Oh, okay, it's a 2-2 draw. That's actually a nice surprise. Not gonna lie, thought they were gonna batter us. But for now, both Cole Palmer and Moise Caicedo are safe from them. That's 1 game down, 1 to go, hopefully. And I do think it is only 1 more. I think this is the last game, because we are near the end of the season. season, so let's see if we can't get a win. Oh my god, we've smashed them 3-0. Isak with a brace, who got the third Jadon Sancho. We need to sign him ASAP. And now we get a choice between any one of these players. Oh my god, who do I go for? I mean, we could go for Bukayo Saka and cause absolute mayhem. We could go for Declan Rice as well. But guys, I'm thinking a little bit more strategic. Our defense does need bolstering a bit, which is why I'm going for William Saliba. I mean, just look at him. He's an absolute powerhouse. Only 24 and already 6'4". Yeah, we're taking him off Arsenal. And there he is. He scrapped the red colours and he's in the blue. I do apologise, Arsenal fans, but honestly, I really don't. And with Saliba in this team now, ladies and gents, I mean, who's to say we can't go on to win a couple of trophies? So we've made it to the end of Season 1, and we finished second in the Premier League. Honestly, if we did that in real life, I'll take that, because remember, we are only looking to survive. Unfortunately, no FA Cup this time, though. But we've won the Carabao Cup, so that's already 3 points on the leaderboard. And we could have made it 6, but freaking Heidenheim annihilate us in the semis. I mean, Heidenheim? Really? This team should feel embarrassed that that's happened, man. I'm not being big-headed or anything, but this team should have wiped the floor with them. But regardless of that result against Heidenheim, these stats are beyond ridiculous. Look at Cole Palmer, man. 37 goals, 16 assists in 58 games. He's an absolute baller. But at the end of Season 1, Chelsea are off to a decent start because they've already got 3 points on the leaderboard. But if this team wants to top the leaderboard by the end of this series, they're going to have to win more than 1 trophy per season. But before we find out how they get on, if you're enjoying this takeover so far with Chelsea, drop this video a big old thumbs up, get it to 1.5 thousand likes, and if you're new around here, subscribe whilst you're at it. So here we go, Season 2 with Chelsea, and it's time to really push this team to success now. However, having said that, there's not really much we can do to improve it. I mean, this team smashed it last year, finishing second in the Prem and winning the Carabao Cup. And when you consider just how young this team is overall, guys, there's so much more room for improvement. The only thing I'd really like to do is bring Sancho back on a permanent deal, because obviously I mucked up last year and missed out on that chance. But this season we've got 259 million to spend, and if the wheel lets me, I'm bringing Sancho back. But obviously that does depend on the wheel. Let's see what it says this time. Okay, beat the competition. Spin the wheel with every Premier League team on it. Only sign from whoever it lands on. Okay, that's really 50-50. So we've got the wheel here updated with all the new teams in it. Let's spin it and see who we are going to be buying players off. Oh my god, really? The bottle jobs? Are you joking? Looks like we aren't signing Sancho, but we will have the pick of the crop of all of Tottenham Hotspur's players. I've just realised 2 of the signings we've made so far will probably be from our biggest rivals. Now, I would like to sign Heung-min Son. He's 85 rated, and I actually do really like him in real life. However, he's on the wrong side of 30, so he wouldn't really last too long with us. I don't mind signing Archie Gray either. I mean, this guy's got a ton of potential, and he's not even 20 yet. He will spend a fair amount of time on loan from us until he's better, but I think he'll be the future of this club. Now, back to looking at Spurs players, I am looking for Destiny Udogie, but it looks like they got bloody rid of him. Saying that, though, we could sign Mickey van der Ven, only 24, 84 rated. He's as fast as a fullback, got good defending and physicality, and he's definitely a player for the future. Imposter Koglu really didn't want to let him go, but in the end, we came to an agreement. Now, to be fair, guys, unless I am absolutely dumb, I don't think I want anybody else from this club. So I think we're going to call it there, which got me because I really wanted to bring Sancho back. Trust me, though, at some point I will. But right now, even without Sancho, the team is looking fantastic. We just need Madueke and Neto to improve a little bit, catch up with everybody else, and we're golden. But I have to admit, I'm kind of curious. We've signed 2 players from Tottenham Hotspur who are notorious for not being able to actually win trophies. But with them playing in a different team, are they going to help us win more trophies, or is that curse going to follow them? I don't even know why I asked that. Of course it bloody followed them. We are 5th in the Premier League this time. We aren't even in the Champions League next season. The Spurs curse is real. I mean, we lost in the Community Shield final. We didn't win the FA Cup again, nor did we win the Carabao Cup. God, that's awful. I mean, we have qualified for the knockouts in the Champions League, but we got knocked out straight away by Dortmund. Bro, this is actually a joke. This team needs to hang its head in absolute shame. Oh, wait a minute, hang on. Where's Caicedo? I can't believe it. He had a freaking release clause. He's at Manchester City now. No wonder we flopped. Oh, Season 2's a dud. Has anyone else got a release clause I need to know about? Because what's happened with Caicedo, I am beyond annoyed about that. I think that's what's cost us Champions League football. You know, he was a big part of this club. But this leaderboard right now does not look good for Chelsea. I mean, 3 points in only 2 seasons, that's awful. We need to get this team back to winning ways and get them winning trophies. But more importantly, as we go into season 3, this wheel needs to be on our side. Okay, the Chelsea way. Only sign players under 23 years old. You know what? I can get behind that. Because when we started this takeover, majority of these players were under the age of 23, and look how good they are now. Granted, this does mean we can't bring Caicedo back, nor Jadon Sancho, but we've somehow got over 400 million to bring players that can be even better than that. And I think we stop pulling our punches with this team, guys. We've got a lot of money to spend on it, and it's time to really start using it. However, the issue with that is we've already got a 45-man squad. I mean, I'm not joking. The amount of players in this team right now is ridiculous. I mean, I was going to sign a new CDM, but we've already got Archie Gray showing great potential, and we got Romeo Lavia, who's actually better than Archie Gray. However, we are lacking in the winger department, and I know a certain someone who is absolutely world class, and he's not even 20 yet. Of course, I'm talking about Lamine Yamal, 18, 88 rated. I mean, look at them stats, for goodness sake. I can't believe how good he is at such a young age. He's our most expensive signing by a country mile, but he's also our best one yet. However, we've run into an issue. It'll take him 154 weeks to become a left midfielder. Are we going to have to change our formation? I think we're going to have to, guys. So we're going to use the 4-2-1-3. This is actually the only formation that will fit everybody in this team. All we've got to do is convert Madueke to be a left winger, and that'll only take a fortnight. But the problem is, guys, we've got all this money to spend and quite literally now nowhere to spend it. I mean, not only is the starting 11 insane, not only is our source bench ridiculous, but the team overall, as I've already mentioned, is insanely young still. We're doing a cracking job so far. And now that we've signed Lamine Yamal, this could genuinely be our most successful season yet. And guys, I was absolutely right. We've won the Premier League by 2 points. And if I'm not mistaken, that's 5 more points added to that leaderboard. However, we don't win the FA Cup and we don't win the Carabao Cup. But we've smashed the league phase in the Europa, so maybe we're going to pick up another 3 points. And that's exactly what we've done by winning it. Oh my god, 8 points from Season 3. It is safe to say that this year, this team's done itself proud. This formation change as well, by the way. What a tactical switch up. And as you can see from the stats, they're bloody brilliant. I mean, Isak, 32 goal contributions, 23 and 12 for Palmer. Them pair are running the show. Season 3 has been by a mile our best yet with Chelsea, but this squad needs to keep this consistency, man. It's alright doing it for 1 season. We need to do it for the next 5 at least. But I suppose this wheel does need to be on our side. Okay, what bad effort. The players haven't been doing well in training. The starting team will each lose 3 ratings. Is that really necessary? I mean, look at the team now, for goodness sake. Oh my goodness, I did not realize how much a -3 in ratings would actually impact the team. I mean, don't get it twisted. The team is still good, but our defense now has become awful. Lavia's only 83 rated now. We need to make some signings. But this time we've got less than 150 million. Bro, where the hell's all the money gone? I'll be real, I'm tempted to sell a couple of these players, man. I do not want to fall into bad habit to go in an entire season without winning any silverware. I mean, we could sell João Felix. He's worth 61.5 million and we don't use him. Pedro Neto's worth 33 million. Petrovic is worth 27.5 mil. We've got loads of players we can sell. So that's exactly what I'm doing, is all of these players are on the transfer list. We're having an insane clear out. And I reckon all these players combined will get at least 250 mil for them. And now that I've sold all of them, I don't think I'm far off at all. I mean, we've sold some of these players for pretty big fees, which now gives us 434 million to spend. Yeah, with that kind of money, we can do some damage. But in fairness, there are only a couple of things I would like to sort in this team. Firstly, I'm going to replace Alex Ramiro. I mean, he's been a fantastic short-term keeper, but I want one that's going to be endgame for us. I'm also replacing Cucurella because after that -3 in his rating, I don't trust him to be good enough to not only do well for us, but get back to that rating. I'm also dropping Lavia Chevalier from the subs bench. I'm going to send him back out on loan because I do feel like he can recover, but right now he's not at the level he used to be at. But don't worry, I'm bringing back a familiar face because I'm signing Moise Caicedo from Manchester City. As you can see, guys, he's literally just got better since he's left, and now that he's coming back to us, he's going to elevate our team and then some. As for the left back role, I'm signing someone I don't think I've used yet in FC25, and that is Nuno Mendes from Barcelona. But looking at how good he is, I don't know how I've not used this guy yet. But after spending 89 million to sign him on a 5-year deal, I made sure I rectified that. As for the endgame keeper I was talking about, Lucas Chevalier looks perfect. And considering we're going to have him for another 6 years, guys, 80 million seems like a bargain to me. And looking at the team now, ladies and gents, it's an understatement to say I am absolutely loving how it looks. Colwell's back in the side, Caicedo's back in the team. We still have one of the youngest squads in all of Europe, and it's absolutely one of the best. Everything's looking up. And now that we've improved the team massively by signing these three, I'm expecting big things from Chelsea in Season 4. And ladies and gents, we finally got somewhere with Chelsea. We have got back-to-back Premier League titles. For real, who's going to stop us now? We've also won the Community Shield. We haven't won the FA Cup, but we have won the Carabao Cup. And we've won the Super Cup. Oh my god, we're 4-5 right now. And we could go 5 out of 6 as we are through to the round of 16. But Malmo, of all teams, knock us out in the quarters. Malmo, are you joking? Bro, how does this team not beat Malmo? I'm actually so annoyed at that. What on earth is going on in the UCL? I mean, look at these stats, for goodness sake, man. Palmer, Isak, Madueke, they are legitimately carrying Chelsea. This team has pretty much got every competition on lock except the UCL. So in season number 5, halfway through this takeover, that is the trophy I'm gunning for. But by now, I should know better than to try and plan ahead with my objective. Oh, bloody hell, fire. Yep, fair enough, transfer ban. That's exactly what I'm talking about. To be fair though, this team did just win 4 trophies out of a possible 6, so I don't think it needs too much meddling. So the only thing left to do is sim to July. But unfortunately, we don't get 3 titles in a row. We just miss out to Man City. But to be fair, who else would it be? We do win the Community Shield again though. We don't win the FA Cup, and we don't win the Carabao. However, we've done well in the league phase of the UCL. We are through to the round of 16, where we've beaten Barca, just got past Leipzig, got our revenge on Dortmund, and we've beaten Real Madrid. Oh my god, we finally won the UCL. Guys, that's 8 points. That's absolutely huge. At this point, I don't know who's going to top this Chelsea team, man, because right now we're on a different planet. I mean, look at these stats. Palmer, Madueke, Isak, Jackson even. Fair play. And since when was Jackson 89 overall all of a sudden? But regardless, we are halfway through our 10-season takeover with Chelsea, and we've got 30 points overall so far. And that might seem a lot, guys, but I'm not content with it because I want this Chelsea team to get at least 40 or 50 in the next 5 seasons. But in fairness, we do need this wheel to be on our side to make that happen. Oh, come on. Unlucky, what's this? For 3 seasons, your best 3 players are now 0 rated. You also can't sign any players either. Bloody hell, that's new. And guys, it gets even worse. Moise Caicedo, Cole Palmer, and Lucas Chevalier are our 3 highest rated players. And now we're losing them for 3 seasons. Jesus, that wheel's on smoke. And look at him now, man. Moise Caicedo is 4 rated, Chevalier is 3, and Cole Palmer is 1. God, I'm going to miss them for the next 3 years. I guess there is some good news from this. So we've got Ramiro and Jorgensen who can definitely fill in Chevalier's shoes in the meantime. Lavia's come back off his loan 87 raters who we can fill in Caicedo's shoes. And we've got Nkunku who can do Palmer's job for a bit. So to be fair, we're quite lucky. Because even with a transfer ban, to be fair, this team doesn't really look like it's been affected all that much. But I suppose by the end of this season, we'll find out if I'm right. And you know what? I'm actually really impressed. We've just missed out on the Premier League title. Considering we just got the worst thing that wheel's got to throw at us, I'd say we've done pretty well. I mean, we've once again won the Community Shield. Granted, we did ass in the FA Cup, and in the Carabao Cup too, and in the Super Cup. How are we losing to United? But we've won another Champions League. That's back-to-back UCLs. So you know what? Fair play to this team. We didn't win mega amounts of trophies, but we won the biggest. And that was probably thanks to Madueke and Alexander Isak, to be fair. defo not Lamine Yamal. By the way, why has he been absolute ass since we brought him in? He's legitimately not got more than 25 goal contributions a season yet. But the good news is this team weathered the worst storm that the wheel had to throw at it, so hopefully going forward, it's just going to be smooth sailing. Well, I hope so anyway, guys, because there's 3 good to 1 bad. Wait, about bloody time as well. We get a free pass. So that means we've got 150 million and we can do whatever we want with it. However, there is a little bit of an issue because we have got such a young team still, even 7 seasons in. So there's nowhere to really put that 150 million. Actually, maybe we replace Nkunku. I mean, he's on the wrong side of 30. He's not going to get any better. And until Palmer's back in 2 years' time, I reckon we find a short-term replacement. And I think Ardagula is literally perfect. He's only 25, 90 rated, but he's worth between 138 and 173 mil. So if we automate this happen, we're going to have to throw a player into this. So I'm offering 110 mil alongside Nkunku. We're going over their asking price, but I don't care. I want to get this done. And there we go. Mikel Arteta is accepted. Ardagula is a blue. And now that we've signed him on a 5-year deal, call me crazy, but that's our window done. Because we don't need anybody else. I mean, not only is our starting 11 disgusting, so is the bench. So I'm expecting our 3rd UCL in a row this year. Well, I don't know about the UCL, but we've got yet another Premier League title. God, we're killing it in England. We, however, don't win the FA Cup. And we came so close to winning the Carabao Cup. Bloody hell, City. We did, however, win the Super Cup, annihilating Frankfurt. But we then got battered by Valencia in the UCL round of 16. Yeah, that's not good. But when you look at the stats, it's no wonder we won the Premier League. I mean, look at these stats, for goodness sake. Everybody killed it. And so far, as you can see on the leaderboard, we're on 45 points. We are well on our way, actually, to getting either 60 or 70 by the end of this takeover. It's just a question of whether this team can keep their momentum going, because if they can, they're going to run absolutely riot. And this is what I'm talking about, guys, because we are now in Season 8, and just look at how young this team is, still this deep into career mode. I mean, we've got an insane squad, and we've got over 100 million in our budget if the wheel lets us to improve it. But I have to admit, though, I'm hoping for the big one at this point. Okay, what +1? We would do a good one. Your entire starting team gets a +1 in rating. Oh, that's brilliant. I mean, it's not a mega improvement, but now every player in this team, apart from our keeper, is over 90 rated. And we've got all this money to play around with. However, we do have to be a little bit careful, because Palmer, Chevalier and Caicedo all return to their normal ratings next year, which means they're going straight back into the team. So when we spend that money on this team, we need to make sure we're not screwing ourselves over in the process for next season. Which is why I'm signing Jamie Gittins from Nottingham Forest. I mean, he's an absolutely fantastic player and he's in his mid-20s. And considering we don't really have much depth in that position, it really does make sense. He was very expensive to sign on a 5-year deal, but now at least we've got the depth we need. And now that this team's transfer window's done and dusted again, it's time to see if they can keep this momentum going. And they can, as they've won yet another Premier League title. I swear that's our, 4th or 5th at this point. We also add another Community Shield to our cabinet. We, however, don't win the FA Cup or win the Carabao Cup. We don't win the UCL either. Right, we need to win this at least once more. I mean, to be fair, looking at these stats, I'm actually quite surprised we didn't win it this time. But we do have great news, guys, because in Season 9, Chevalier, Caicedo and Palmer returned to their overalls before they got struck down to 0 and they returned back to the senior squad. Which hopefully means this team gets back to its winning ways and wins more than just 2 trophies a season. But on this wheel, guys, there's either the really good one or a bad one. We've got the good one, 99 plus. What's this? Make up player of your choice, 99 rated, but make no signings. Believe it or not, I'm happy with this. Because not only is Chevalier, Caicedo and Palmer back to their normal ratings, I get to make one of these players 99 overall. And you know what? I'm actually going to go for the youngest player for once, because everybody keeps telling me in the comments when I do these to make the youngest player 99 rated. And you just can't write this, can you? Lamine Yamal is our youngest player by a mile, to be fair. But you know what? He's been terrible since he's joined us, so hopefully making him 99 overall will actually make a difference. And there he is, 98 rated. For some reason, I don't know why, he just will not go to 99 overall, but I suppose 1 rating won't hurt. But now that this team's back to its full strength, I want to win at least the treble this season. And it's a very good start as we once again win the Prem. Only just though, bloody hell. We also win the Community Shield, we've won the FA Cup, and we've won the Carabao Cup. So that's 12 points already. And it could have been 20, but somehow Villarreal knock us out in the quarters. Fantastic. The good news is, though, these stats are once again incredible, and Lamine Yamal actually had a decent season. It only took him getting 98 rated for that to happen. But as you can see, we go into our final season with Chelsea on 63 points, so there's a very good chance we can get over 70 by the end of this takeover. It's just a question now of whether this team can pull it off. Well, there's only one way to find out. We've got one more spin of this wheel left. It's a bad one. Bad exchange. Put your 11 best players on a wheel, spin 3 times, and whoever it lands on, exchange them for the Premier League's worst team's best 3 players. It's creative, I'll give it that. Now, I'm looking at the Premier League table now, and I'm not seeing any real standout. Maybe Luton Town, actually. I'm willing to bet that they've probably got the weakest team. To be fair, when you look at the players they've got, I reckon so. How the hell are they still in the Prem? But now we've got to do our bit. Spin the wheel 3 times with our starting players on it. Oh, that's a great start. Freaking Saliba. Okay, bad start, but 2 more to go. Okay. Oh my god, we've lost both of our freaking centre-backs. Colwill now. They're quite literally just taking our defence off us. Okay, Ardagula, that's not bad because we still got Palmer. But when you realise who we're getting in return, it really is a bad exchange. We're getting striker Perugini, we're getting Nelson, and we're getting a left-back called Nagide. 100% fully shafty. And just like that, it is done. Gula, Saliba, and Colwill all play for Luton. The bloody jammy gits. And just to prove it, we've got their 3 best players. And ironically, they're 3 of our worst. But even after that, guys, this team genuinely is on a different planet. How have we coped with everything the wheel's thrown at us? I don't know, man. All I know is we're in charge of this team for 1 more year, so let's hope it's our best one yet. And it's a very good start, ladies and gents. We've won our last Premier League title in charge of Chelsea. But Brighton beat us to win the Community Shield. Yeah, I don't know how they've done that. We also don't win the FA Cup, but we do win the Carabao. So far, that's 8 points in our last season. But it could yet be 16 points as we've topped the league phase. And we went on to smash PSV. We get our revenge on Brighton. We battered Dortmund. And we've smashed Marseille in the final. We got 16 points in our last campaign. That is beautiful. And look at these stats, for goodness sake. I mean, who'd have thought Jackson would have been our top goal contributor at the end of this takeover? And speaking of the end of this takeover, this is how the team looks after 10 full years in charge. And you know what? All things considered, I think we've done a damn good job. Especially when Chelsea's sitting pretty on that leaderboard with 79 points in total. Whether they'll be top this time next week, though, is a different story, but you're going to have to tune in to find out. As for our top goal scorer and assister, it is both Madueke with 263 goals and 121 assists. And that officially wraps up this video. If you have enjoyed it and want to see more content like this, drop it a big old thumbs up, get it to over 1,000 likes for me. And if you are new around here, drop a subscribe whilst you're at it. And if you want to watch another video of mine, you should recommend you watch this one.